We've been giving since we became members of the church, but I think the inspiration for the vision and wanting to reach more people and create more of a community within the community that we already have is very inspiring. And I think the reason we give is because we can see what it's helping and how it's helping other people.
Well, and I think too, on top of it, we can give, but we want to. We're seeing what we're giving and what we're giving to and how that's affecting the church and the community. Being able to come to the food pantry and seeing everybody and thinking going forward, the space is going to be expanding so that more and more people are going to be affected in such a positive way. I mean, I think it kind of all started with the playground. You can't go there and not feel something, especially having little kids. And I mean, I've been there countless times with our children, and it's packed. And every single time we come, there's at least 5 families there. And just like how neat it is, because a lot of times it's nobody I recognize from church. So it's really being utilized by the community, and that's like huge. I think tithing in general is just ingrained in me. I grew up in a family where we did every week, and it was always 10%, and no matter what, that came first. A lot changes when then you grow up and you're in charge, and then all of a sudden you're going to church, and it's like, wow, okay, some of the things my parents did, where do we stand? It was a challenge for me at the beginning, for sure, to donate and give some of our hard-earned money to the church, but just having the faith that I have in my wife and the faith I have in God, to know that that's what we should be doing, was just the base. This whole campaign has got us thinking and has been challenging us of how are we living. Could we cut back in certain places to give more? But also, how can we be involved? We don't want to just give. We want to show up and like you always talk about with your time, treasure, talents, everything. The last year and a half, I've been more involved with my faith journey. And I think one thing I struggled with a lot personally was, what talent can I give? I mean, you can give money and time, but what talent do I have to give? And I had a really real struggle with it until this vision happened. And I was able to give a talent that I have and something that I'm very good at, which I never thought would be of use to the church at all. In this time, it's important to try to make yourself uncomfortable. Everything we always did was comfortable. And so now we're trying to make it uncomfortable. What has God taught us in generosity? I think He's taught you a lot more just by being with me. I am generous by nature, and Matt is generous by nurture. But I mean, I think God has continuously taught me to much is given, much is expected. And you want others to feel God's love through what you have and how you can help in any way, shape, or form. Everybody needs help. And I think this vision is going to just bring more help to people and ultimately bring people closer to God, which is what everybody needs. I think that the people that are in need should be relying on a church, should be relying on that community that comes from church. Because it's your neighbor. Well, it's your neighbor. Your friend. Right. It's all people that you live right around. You want to see your area flourish. Succeed. 100%.
What breaks your heart?
Oh.
That's not a fair question right now.
I know.
What breaks my heart is kids. And not knowing God's love. And so just to be able to offer that to the community, to people that don't know God's love is, I mean, and maybe it's not transforming parents or guardians, but maybe it's transforming them in the future.
I think like what would we tell someone that's looking to give or increase what they're giving is it's so rewarding in a way that you don't see in anything else that you do. Even if it's something that you're successful with, or you do something really well and you're proud of yourself, it's so much different to know that you're giving to a cause that's so much bigger than you are.
I would try to get involved on top of just giving, because it's hard to just like give and not know what it's gonna go to, or not feel like, oh, I'm not really like a part of it. Like there's so many different opportunities and programs and things, like you figure out what your passion is or what you like even semi enjoy, and you start to meet people, and it's like all of a sudden this church that you walk in the doors is like your family, and you want to then give more because you're seeing the return and you're feeling the reward of being a part of it.
If everybody can engage in just a little bit, it's going to have such a huge impact. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun for the church these next 2 years to see what's going to happen. I mean, it's so exciting. And if you haven't seen it yet, like just wait, because you're going to.